All right, so I have an analysis of the elbow and shoulder during throwing and pitching. So there's 3 phases to this: the wind-up, the acceleration phase, and the follow-through phase. So she's starting in position with her arm at side and elbow flexed and immediately rotated, meeting with the other hand to hold the ball. The end position of this, she's already in. The arm's pulled back behind the head, elbow still flexed, and the fingers are holding the ball. So at the elbow joint, there's flexion of the forearm at the humeral ulnar joint. This is done by the biceps brachii and the brachialis during concentric contraction. The antagonists to this are the triceps brachii and the agonists, which are passively lengthening. So the shoulder joint in this, there's flexion and horizontal abduction of the arm at the shoulder, scapular retraction, and external rotation of the arm at the GH joint. So the movers of this are the biceps brachii again, the supraspinatus, posterior deltoid, middle trapezoid, teres minor, infraspinatus, and these are all, again, concentric contraction. The antagonists for this are the pectoralis major, serratus anterior, subscapularis, which are all passively lengthening, and gravity. So next is phase 2, which is the acceleration phase. The start position is where she's at. The arm is pulled back behind the head, the elbow is still flexed, fingers holding the ball. In the end position, the ball is released. The arm is in a flexed position in front of the axial body, and the elbow is extended, and the arm is internally rotated slightly. So for the elbow joint at this, there's extension of the forearm at the humeral ulnar joint. This is done by the triceps brachii with concentric contraction. And the antagonists to this are the brachialis and parts of the biceps, which are, again, passively lengthening, and gravity is the antagonist to this too. At the shoulder joint, there's horizontal forward extension from a flexed position and internal humeral rotation of the arm at the GH joint, along with scapular protraction at the thoracoscapular joint. This is done by the subscapularis, pectoralis minor and major, the latissimus dorsi, and serratus anterior, which are all concentrically contracting. The antagonists to this are the posterior deltoid, the middle trapezoid, the teres minor, and the infraspinatus, which are passively lengthening, and again, gravity. So for the last stage, it's a phase 3 follow-through. The start position, she's already in. The ball has just been released. The arm is in a flexed position in front of the axial body. The elbow is extended, and the arm is internally rotated. The end position of this, the arm is horizontally adducted and lowered, with the arm internally rotated and the elbow slightly flexed. So at the elbow joint from this, there's slight flexion at the humeral ulnar joint. This is done because gravity and momentum. The antagonists to this are the biceps brachii and the brachialis, which this time are eccentrically contracting to slow the momentum. And at the shoulder joint, there's deceleration of the extension at the arm, resistance of internal rotation of the arm at the GH joint, and resistance of scapular retraction at the scapulothoracic joint. The movers of this are, again, gravity and momentum, and the antagonists for this, again, are eccentrically contracting, which are the trapezius, serratus anterior, rhomboids major and minor, teres minor, and the deltoid. So she's going to go slowly through the phases, starting at wind up. She'll pull it back to accelerate, and then end in the follow-through. And then altogether, it looks like this.